Good afternoon, everyone. What an exciting day for Longview and Gregg County as we welcome Gap Inc. to our corporate family here in our community. I'm Wayne Mansfield. I'm the President and CEO of the Longview Economic Development Corporation, and we really, truly appreciate your participation today. A few weeks before this past Thanksgiving, I received a call from a broker out of Dallas inquiring if a group of investors could meet with me to explore possibly locating in an existing building. I said, absolutely, it's what we do. Fast forward from November, middle of November, to the point where we are now, we have covered an incredible amount of ground to bring a $140 million project and over 1,200 jobs to our community. And that is truly, truly a testament to the capability and the talent that we have here in Longview and Gregg County. This project accelerated very, very quickly, working, and if you think about it, during holidays, during pandemic, and during a week-long snow event that we had, we continued to work via Saturdays or evenings, Zoom calls, to bring this project to culmination. So we're really excited for this opportunity. At this time, I'm going to turn the discussion over to Mayor Andy Mack.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Longview Mayor Andy Mack. What a thrilling announcement it is to see the amazing efforts of our Longview Economic Development Corporation and in collaboration between the City of Longview, Gregg County, and Longview Independent School District. Gap Inc. is building a new $140 million facility in Longview. That's something to really be thrilled about. This is absolutely huge, not only for our local economy, but for all of East Texas. Out of all the cities in America Gap could choose from, they chose us. Gap will break ground in their Customer Experience Center this spring. We'll be hiring 500 full-time employees off the bat, with 500 more planned to be hired in the next few years, an additional 1,000 part-time seasoned employees by 2026. The center will be an e-commerce site utilizing some amazing industry-leading technology. A state-of-the-art customer experience center that will compete with consumer trends for online shopping, which is where we are in today's society. One of my goals when I ran for mayor was to create an environment in which people would want to come to Longview and do business. We have brought many amazing companies here in the last 6 years, but this is by far the largest, probably the largest since Eastman Chemical came many, many years ago. Bringing a business like Gap to Longview is particularly important as it helps us diversify our economy, which has previously been largely dependent upon the oil and gas industry. This success is an example of how important it is to have civic leaders pulling the train in the same direction to accomplish good for a community. Because of the efforts of the City of Longview, Longview ISD, and Gregg County, we will receive tax revenues which will result in an increase in monies for our general fund, which will allow us to provide more services for all of our communities. I applaud the efforts of all those involved, but mostly LEEDCO. The staff, the board, the countless hours securing this project, making an impact on our economy and our community for years to come. Wayne, you have spent countless hours, and I know that. Our board, this is a testament of what economic development is about, and I'm so proud of them and the participation of our board with these industry leaders that come to Longview. So what a great day it is for Longview, Gregg County, and the surrounding areas. Thank you, Gap. Thank you all for being here. I'd like to introduce our County Judge, Bill Stout.
Thank you, Mayor. I, too, would like to, first of all, thank Gap for choosing Longview, Texas, Gregg County. It's a great day for Longview. It's a great day for Gregg County. But it's a great day for this region in the state of Texas. Along with Mayor Mack, I've always believed, and I continue to believe, that Gregg County and Longview is a regional leader in not only health care and shopping and a great place to live, but in providing jobs in a great family environment and a great place to live and go to school. Those kind of things don't just happen. They happen because of the leadership of LEEDCO. They happen because of the leadership of Mayor Mack. They happen because of Superintendent Wilcox. Those are the reasons that Gap chose this location to build this plant. And I can't be more excited about this announcement. the jobs that will be created are not going to be just for Longview. This is going to create jobs for all over the region, and the trickle-down effect from the shipping community, from the support vendors, from the hotel, motel business, the revenue impacts and the trickle-down effects are going to be huge that have not even been mentioned. Wayne Mansfield has got those numbers, and I'm sure he can give you those. I don't recall them, but they are huge. This is a big day for Longview. This is a game changer, as we say in this business, when you can obtain the type of company that Gap Incorporated is. I will stop there. I will thank Gap again for choosing Longview. I will thank Andy Mack for his leadership and Wayne Mansfield, the lead co, for their leadership. And now I'd like to introduce Kevin Koontz with Gap. Kevin?
Thank you, Judge. I think I'll clap on that.
Thank you. As Judge told you, my name is Kevin Koontz. I'm the Senior Vice President for Fulfillment for Gap Inc. First, let me start off by thanking the folks here behind me, Judge Stout, Dr. Wilcox, Wayne Mansfield, Andy Mack. They have been nothing but a pleasure to work with. And as Wayne kind of shared with you guys, we showed up in town back in November to look at an existing building because we were in a hurry. Our e-commerce business is doubling as we speak due to the COVID pandemic, and we needed space pretty quickly. Although that location didn't work out for us, Wayne was Johnny on the spot and said, hey, we've got this great industrial park over here that we want you to look at while you're here. And due to some excellent work from your economic development team and LeadCo to have that thing ground ready, we were able to step in and really get interested in Longview. And what we've really learned is that there's a bunch of great people down here, great employee base, great leaders, and it really hooked us and raised our interest. And after a long, exhaustive search, multi-state search, we are proud to tell you that Gap Inc. has selected Longview as our 7th distribution campus in North America. As these guys have told you, the building's going to be about 850,000 square feet. We look to start construction here very quickly and as soon as April, and hope to have a building up and running by next July at the latest and hiring employees. So, we are excited to be here, excited to get involved in the community, and let our values as a corporation shine through. Our founder, Don Fisher, back in the day said we're here to do more than sell clothes, and that lives very richly in everything we do, in every aspect of our jobs daily. So we want to be a good corporate citizen, and we want to thank all the help that we've had up until now. Especially calling out real quickly, the struggles that went on down here last week with the snow and the ice events and the frozen pipes, and the folks that are standing behind me who in some cases had personal tragedies occur, work through to get this done and make this happen today, and we're internally thankful for that for sure, and we want to really get to know everybody here. So thank you for coming today, and we'll be available and around for questions. So thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. So I guess at this time we'll open the floor for any questions that anyone has for any of the team members up here. Jolie?
Mr. Koontz, is this the first building that y'all built from the ground up for a distribution center?
It's the first building. Yeah. It's the first building that we've built since the early 2000s. So it's been about 20 years since we've built a building. We spent the last probably 7 or 8 years following the industry trends as we've converted shoppers to the e-commerce channel. We've converted some of our retail DCs over to new spaces. We added on to a building last year in Columbus, Ohio, but this will be the first building that we've actually built as a greenfield from the ground up, and we're excited about that opportunity to be able to design that space from scratch, and we're eager to get it done and show the community some leading edge technologies that we employ. We have some of the most automated warehouses anywhere in the world, and to be able to build that from ground up here is going to be great.
Speaking of those technologies, can you go into a little more detail of what that entails?
Sure. So if you guys look at some of the pictures here, you can see some of our existing sites that we've had. So what we do is, e-commerce is a very labor-intense business, and we're still going to employ a lot of folks. You guys heard that, over 1,000 jobs here in the next 5 years. But what we try to do to keep up with the speed requirements, we want to service all of our customers faster. Kind of Amazon set the bar when it comes to that. So we employ a lot of crane technology. So it's an automated storage and retrieval system. That's kind of the backbone from the time that the box comes into the DC and gets put away. It'll pull itself, send it to a pick module through conveyance. We have kindred orbs that you see in some of the pictures here as well that are actually a robotic arm with artificial intelligence. It teaches itself as it goes to pick clothes up and do a final sort for a customer. We have a continuous order fulfillment software that will actually do something called a continuous batch. The industry's in history has always been more of a batch system. This will be able to, if you place an order and it's something that somebody wants overnight, it can go straight to the top of the order and be out of the DC in hours. So there's a lot of automation that goes in, and we'll definitely welcome the community to take tours and stuff as we get that building up and running.
I have a question.
Sure.
You had very many choices. What would be one thing that got Longview this contract?
So as Wayne mentioned to you, and there's probably not a single thing that got Longview the contract. Our timelines were pretty aggressive, so having the distribution park shovel ready was a big deal. But it also fit in our geography, right? We want to service our customers better in the Southwest. So we knew we wanted to be somewhere in the tri-state area that we're ended up ultimately choosing. So coupled with the fact that it was in the right geography in a area that we had kind of a gaping hole as far as our service goes, we basically chose Longview because these guys are more than willing, and it was very, very evident throughout all the negotiations that they were going to be accommodating to our schedules and really work with us to make the projects a success, and that's probably the biggest reason.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
And as you mentioned, this looks like it's going to be a section higher. There's a big difference between, I guess, the 200 or so people that we initially hired and then the eventual 1,200. How is the distribution going to, look different from when you first opened to when you finally hire all those people?
It really won't look a lot different per se from when we first open until we go. We'll be building the entire building and all of the equipment from day one. It will just take us a fair amount of time to train people and skill them up and hire them. So what we typically like to do is scale our operations over a 2-year period of time. The ultimate goal for this building will be shipping during the holiday season over 1 million garments a day. But you don't do that from day one, okay? So first year, we'll probably try to get to 500,000 units, somewhere in that range, and then the second year come back and scale it up to 1 million units a day. But it's really about scaling the operation in a quality way that you can train people and onboard them and make sure that our customers are well taken care of, accuracy is good, shipping times are fast. So it's not going to look much different. It'll just be how much more we route to the site.
When you first open, will the building be completely constructed?
Yes, yeah, we'll have it completely done, and by the time we, get our first certificate of occupancy, we expect the building to completely done with all the automation as well. So it'll be a rapid, a rapid build. Should be good for the community, as Judge Stout said. I think you'll see a lot of occupancy in the hotels from this point forward, and once the construction starts. Be a lot of people, a lot of new people in the community for sure. So make them feel welcome. They're good tradesmen, and then a lot of local jobs that'll be created as well.
Who are you using for construction?
Gray Construction is doing the building itself, and there's a lot of different subcontractors they'll hire, but they'll be the general contractor.
Is this going to be a 24-hour operation?
It will be, so our online operations run 7 days a week, 20 hours a day. So it's a 7 by 20. During holiday, there's a chance that it'll run 24 hours depending on how we scale up. But yeah, it's pretty much a 7-day-a-week operation. People shop 24/7 now, as we all know. Yep. Yep.
No penalties for shopping in TJ's?
No. You can. I mean, that's your choice. Yep. We hope you shop with us. We think we've got quality product, and if you're not a customer today, hopefully you'll be in the future. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Jolie, you have one more question.
Yes, could we have the details now of the economic development agreements between the
Sure.
city and the county?
Yeah, and as we've said all along, this has been an effort between all the public entities, and it begins with LECO. From our standpoint, we offer the land, and what we do is it's a forgivable note over the period of 5 years. So we take the value of the land, divide that by 5, and that's forgiven each year, contingent upon the company making their performance goals of the employment and the capital investment. And then also LECO put some additional cash toward the project for site development to assist them to get underway quickly. From the city standpoint, there was a 380 agreement, which the tax abatements were initiated, plus some reimbursement for some construction taxes. From the county standpoint, a 381 agreement very similar to that. And then from the Longview ISD, it was something that's really unique that I think, Doc, I don't know if the ISD's ever participated in an ED project like this. They approved a no objection letter for foreign trade zone status. The foreign trade zone substatus is a very important aspect and a very important tool for this company. So by approving the no objection letter, it allows the company to take advantage of some of the taxing opportunities that the foreign trade zone provides.
The location of the distribution center is being built at, is there anything there right now, or does anything need to be demolished?
No, there will nothing will need to be demolished. There will need to be some relocation of some existing utilities, which we will have that underway as quickly as possible. It's an industrial park. The park was completed in about 2010. LECO bought the property in 2007, finished out development of the park in 2010. In this area, it will be just north and west of an existing business called I-Class Pro, in which LECO located out there 5 years ago, and Scantech, which is a little bit east of it, and south of that, south of George Ritchie, is Dollar General.
What utilities need to be moved?
Some water lines and sewer lines. Anything
You
else?
might mention how important it was, the foreign trade zone. Having the foreign trade zone in Longview, Grant County, through the judge, which we initiated many years ago, played a big role in being able to secure this.
That's a good point, Mayor, and I made that comment when we were presenting the agreement before the county commissioners today, but Longview and Grant County had a tremendous amount of vision some years ago when the foreign trade zone was created here, because it was created under a process called the alternate site framework. In other words, we met the checkpoints that removed a lot of the federal red tape and allowed almost immediate approval of subzone projects, of which this one will benefit from. We currently have, I believe, 3 industries that take advantage of our foreign trade zone through the airport. The county is actually the grantee. It's just something that LECO paid for, I believe, when the process was initiated and the city was involved. But it became very evident how important that foreign trade zone status was for Longview, that we had it here in Longview and Gray County. Extremely important. And I think we'll continue to see some emphasis on location within those subzones. I think that will happen here in the near future.